You're watching the USA Softball International Cup on ESPN. And welcome to the softball capital of the world, Devon Park in Oklahoma City, as we have a civil war of sorts with the United States national team taking on the U.S. elite team here in the semifinals. I'm Brandon Hart alongside former Team USA outfielder Destiny McElroy. And Destiny, these two teams, they practice against each other all the time, but now they got the bright lights, the big stage here as they play each other on the field.
Yes, yeah, this is a huge opportunity for all players involved. I think getting them on this big stage is more important because it's really difficult to simulate this type of situation at practice. So getting these athletes acclimated and letting Coach Gasso take a look at every single athlete, every aspect, and every situation that they're given and see how they perform.
Well, let's see how we got here as both teams played yesterday. And the U.S. elite team's bats, well, they were broken against Japan in Group A's final day as Japan beat the elite team 9-2 in 6 innings behind a complete game from Gota Mio's 6 strikeouts for Team Japan. And the national team defeated China 10-1 also in 6 innings with this burrito bomb, part of a 5-run fifth. And Jocelyn Erickson sent this line drive out of the yard for a grand slam in the 6th inning that capped off the scoring for Team USA. So the national team, they win Group A as they win 10-1 over China. Again, Jocelyn Erickson also added a single on top of her grand slam. And the U.S. elite team, they get to be runners-up in Group A as Japan wins the group. Taylor Shoemaker provided a run with an RBI single in the 1st inning for the U.S. elite team. So tonight, we have the U.S. national team winners of Group B facing U.S. elite team, the runners-up from Group A. Lineups are next. It's the semifinals of the International Cup on ESPN. Back here at Devon Park in Oklahoma City as we have the USA Softball International Cup semifinals. The winner of this one takes on Japan, who had an exciting game against Canada a few moments ago. We'll talk about that throughout the broadcast. As the U.S. women's national team taking on the U.S. women's elite team. So kind of have USA versus USA, don't we, Destiny?
Yes. So we're going to see quite the matchup here. I think a big piece of this, and for our followers to understand, is this is a big pool of athletes that Coach Gasso has to narrow down to 15 for the Olympic roster. and that's in 2028. So her getting to see this type of competition against one another is really special for her to get this opportunity to see these types of situations that these athletes can't really simulate at practice.
And I know there is some people don't understand, okay, well, what's the elite team? What's the national team? The national team is, if you want to think about it, if the Olympics started today, this is who we would send. But the elite team is maybe some of those players that are only on the outside looking in, but still are in that player pool of players to be selected for that competition here in a couple of years.
Yeah. And I think, again, it goes back to it being a big pool of really talented athletes. And it's not necessarily an A team and a B team, and I think some people will look at it that way. But I think for Coach Gasso, it's maybe this core group of girls would be the best competition, again, if we had to go face Japan right now. I agree. I think that would be the women's national team. And I think with the elite team, it's a bunch of athletes who can do just as much and just as well. These girls are so talented. There's great pitching on both teams, great defense, and really clutch hitting on both teams. And so I think this is going to be a really good matchup. The other thing I want to acknowledge is the elite team. They got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder not being named to that women's team. So I know that some of these pitchers are going to want to come out and sit some of these women's team hitters down. Defense is going to be on their toes. They've got to really outperform this women's national team, and I think that's something that they're always going to want to do.
The U.S. national team is the home team for today against the elite team. As we take a look at Lexi Kilfoyle, who gets the start for the national team. Kilfoyle, a 25-year-old right-hander from Land O'Lakes, Florida, near Tampa. Former Oklahoma State Cowgirl, and she pitched against Australia and was terrific in that first game of group play. 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, struck out 4. She was dominant against the Aussies.
Yes, Kilfoyle has been a really great pitcher. I mean, she's able to really work all sides of the plate, up and down. We haven't seen a ton of mixing speeds, but again, against Australia, I think her team had her back and put some runs on the board early, so she didn't have to mix in as many pitches. We'll take a look at the defense here.
Yeah, Brady, Coleman, and Wallace around the outfield. Brito, Jennings, Jefferson, and Erickson getting the start over at first base after catching yesterday. Millie Pola back behind the plate. She had 2 starts behind the plate in the group stage, and then Kilfoyle back in the circle. As far as the lineup goes for the U.S. Women's Elite Team, a lot of firepower up at the top of the order with Morgan Zirkle. She has a couple of home runs in this tournament. Anna Gold also with 2 homers, so right out of the gate, they have some firepower at the top.
Yeah, and I think there's some speed up there, too. I think with Bubba Nichols, yes, she's got some power. Ciara Sacco, Kendall Wells, more power. Gabby Garcia, Charlotte. I mean, this lineup is really incredible. It's a good mix of speed and power.
So the national team, they're wearing the navy blue jersey and pants, and the elite team is in all red. But it's stars versus stripes, or however you want to look at it. It's the national team versus the elite team. National team is the home team. As again, Morgan Zirkle leads things off here for the U.S. elite team. 6 for 11 this week. 2 homers, a triple, a double. She is hit for the cycle for the week and has driven in 7 runs as Lexi Kilfoyle in the circle for the national team. Starts things off here at 7:13. First pitch swinging as Zirkle find right field for a base hit. And you mentioned it earlier, but for the elite team, as see Zirkle again go through that right side, they really have nothing to lose here.
Yeah. I mean, you see her first pitch swinging. She's going to just attack, get herself on, set the tone for her team, get that momentum created, and hope that her team can continue to build on it.
Now Anna Gold comes up. Looks at the ball high. 1-0 here for Gold. 3 for 8 this week. 2 homers, a double, 3 RBIs. Gold, former Duke Blue Devil. little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes, but right after playing at Duke, went to the AUSL and won Rookie of the Year for Carolina. So got to stay in her home state. Or I guess the state that she went to school in. She's from New York, but stay in North Carolina. 2 balls and a strike here with Gold.
It's been fun to see a lot of these athletes competing in the AUSL.
And I think it's nice when they do play for a team that's kind of near where they made a name for themselves in college.
Yeah.
2 balls and a strike here with Gold. Looks to bunt, misses, and so ends up getting called for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kilfoyle looking for that first strikeout. She had a great year in the AUSL as well this year. This one's fouled off to the left side. Ball and 2 strikes. Kilfoyle was 6-0, the 195 ERA. She played for Chicago. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Took something off, but Gold waits for it and fouls it off, stay alive. And a race to the foul ball there. Kilfoyle trying to finish off Gold here. Right off the end of the bat, coming in and making the running catch is Brady. Long run for Brady, but able to make the catch no problem. There's one away. Just hung up in the air a bit for Brady to get underneath it.
Now batting the left fielder, number
Brings
48,
up
Bubba Nichols Camarena.
Bubba Nichols Camarena. One of 2 Olympians on the team for the U.S. Elite team. Called strike on the outside corner is won silver medal in Tokyo in 2021.
Yeah, Bubba has been a part of this program for quite a while. She was a participant on the junior national team.
Went to UCLA, won the College World Series in 2019 with the Bruins. Dials this one up onto the screen. Ball and 2 strikes now to Bubba Nichols Camarena. Played for the Spark. Hit a couple of home runs this year. Ball and 2 strikes now to her. And this is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. She's 3 for 4 in the tournament this week. Now faces a 2-2 count here against Kilfoyle. A little bit outside, try to nip that edge, just misses, and runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
After Zirkel's leadoff hit, I feel like the next 2 batters have really been making Kilfoyle work to find the zone. They're fouling the close ones off.
Runner goes, pitch is fouled off though, and Zirkel will have to go back to first. Yeah, Zirkel, she singled on the first pitch of the game. And for Gold, it took 7 pitches to get her out. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat. See if Zirkel's running again. She is, and again it's fouled off. Allen all the way into the corner of the upper deck. A lot of power just pulled off way too far. Despite trying to steal in the last 2 pitches, doesn't seem like Zirkel's out of breath. She might be doing it again. Doesn't go this time, and it's a foul tip into the mitt of Mulipola, and it's strikeout number 1 for Kilfoyle. 2 away, she finally got her.
It's a really good pitching sequence. She's getting that ball to break into the inside part of that plate.
Brings up Sierra Saccoferri, 1 for 6 this week as the designated player in this one. Called strike right on the edge for Lexi Kilfoyle. Went to Mississippi State for 2 years, 24 and 25. Started at Louisiana Tech. Runner goes, throw down to second base is in time. Zirkel knew she was going to be thrown out, but tried to play tag there and get around the tag, but unable to get there in time. But a perfect throw here from Mulipola to catch Zirkel stealing. We'll go to the bottom of the first and see the lineup for the U.S. Women's National Team. No score heading to the bottom of the first.
Live for the bases loaded, for the full counts. Live for the away games, for the strikeouts. Live for the high fives, the pop flies, and the moonshots.
That's my girl.
There's my slugger.
Live for the big moments and the little ones. Live the game like never before.
I am a place that's built on tradition but thrives on momentum, where solid roots keep me grounded and big ideas push me higher, where the streets hum with energy, culture sparks connection, and we celebrate every win together. From the bright lights to the colorful walls, from the sound of progress to the quiet of wide open spaces. I am a place that finds its way into your spirit, your stories, your heart. They call me Oklahoma City, and I've saved you a front row seat.
No score, bottom of the first between the U.S. Women's Elite Team and the Women's National Team. As the U.S. Women's National Team comes up to the plate for the first time, and they will face Megan Faremo in the circle for the Elite Team. Faremo has pitched once, as she pitched on Thursday in the extra inning win for the Elite Team over Chinese Taipei. Didn't factor in the decision, going 3 2/3. Gave up 4 hits and 2 runs, struck out 5 and walked 1. And she gets to start here in the semifinals. As the defense behind her has Nichols, Camarina, and left, Zirkel and McKinney. And then Golden, Garcia and Garcia up the middle. Klingler and Palacios behind the plate. As Maya Brady leads things off here for the national team. Maya Brady 4 for 8 this week with a homer and 7 RBIs and a grand slam. Called strike on the outer edge, 0-2 now to Brady. A 25-year-old from Thousand Oaks, California. Looking to bunt her way on, but takes it back. balls and a strike. Pokes it out to left field, and that one is gone as it just keeps carrying, and finally it goes over the wall and left. A home run for Maya Brady.
She makes it look so simple.
It was just such a smooth, easy swing. I didn't think it had a chance to leave the yard, and then it
Continued
does.
to sail out. Maya Brady, she has been so fun to watch. We've seen her in the leadoff spot. We've seen her in the 4-hole. We've seen her in the 2-hole this weekend. And no matter where she's at in the lineup, she has really been able to produce some runs.
Went down and got it, and then went the other way with it. Now Skylar Wallace comes to the plate. Wallace has also hit a home run this week. She's 4 for 6 with a couple of RBIs. That one's high, 2 balls and no strikes to Wallace. Faremo won a College World Series championship with UCLA in 2019. Called strike for Wallace there. That was a big year for Faremo. Her first year at UCLA. She was also named the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. Fouled up. 0-2 strikes. Skylar Wallace out of Florida. Also played for Alabama. Faremo's got 2 strikes though, 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little bit high, 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Wallace. First 2 batters making Faremo work deep into the counts. And that one again going the other way, but this one will reach the screen foul. Take a look at the batting order here for the women's national team with Brady Wallace, Mulipola, and Erickson. Jennings, Coleman, Brito, Leach, and Jefferson. And lots of home runs up and down that order as well.
Jefferson has found herself back in the 9-hole. She has performed extremely well all weekend, but I think it's just a matter of where does she fit best.
Very high pop up at second baseman Gabby Garcia. Goes out to make the catch, makes the call, makes the catch. There's one away. And Wallace was running hard on that one too, and we saw it against Australia. It was with Maya Brady. It was a ball that looked almost exactly like that. Right fielder overran it, and Brady ended up at third base, and then a bad throw sent her home for one of those Little League home runs.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what you want to see out of these athletes. Just you're not giving up. If it's what seems to be a routine pop fly, you can find yourself at third base.
Deja Mulipola at the plate now, 1 ball and 1 strike to her. Especially when you're facing another United States team, and you know the coaches are evaluating these players as well, and you never want to see on the scouting report doesn't hustle.
Yeah.
That's a killer there. Don't want that to be the reason why you're not going to the Olympics in 2 years, because you didn't hustle.
Yeah, you can't afford to let that ball drop when you're standing on first base.
It won't happen often, but when it does, it's huge. 2 balls and 2 strikes here with Mulipola. And it's another full count. So Brady had a 2-2 count. Wallace was on a full count. Now Mulipola on a full count. Faremo's payoff pitch. Popped high into the air this time to the left side of the infield as Anna Gold has it. Makes the catch, and there's now 2 away. Brings up Jocelyn Erickson.
Now batting the first baseman, number 12.
Another one for
Jocelyn Erickson.
the national team that's hit a home run, has 6 RBIs this week. Erickson has caught and played first base this week. She's at first today. Ball outside here to Erickson. Mike Wallace, a former Florida Gator, fouled off to the left side. 2 balls and no strikes to Erickson. Just finished at Florida. Started at Oklahoma. Popped high into the air, but that's going to reach the screen. Oh, and it found some friends at the edge of the screen there. 1-2 strikes now to Erickson. High chopper up the middle, diving stop by Garcia, but that's all she can do with it. Erickson too far down the line. But still, great play there from Elena Garcia.
Amazing stop, just covering so much ground and not afraid to lay it out. See if you can come up with it.
Number 23, Tiare Jennings.
Brings up Tiare Jennings. 1 for 7 this week, but does have 3 RBIs. She's had 2 sacrifice flies. Pitch misses low, 1 ball, no strikes to Jennings. Jennings from the Los Angeles area and San Pedro. Miss low, 2 balls now, no strikes to Jennings. 4-time Women's College World Series champion with Oklahoma. And she smacks this one to deep center field. Zirkle able to turn around and make the catch. As the U.S. national team gets a couple of hits, but it's a leadoff homer from Maya Brady that puts the national team up. It's 1-0 as we head to the second. Back here, second inning, as the U.S. women's national team leads 1-0, with Maya Brady having a solo homer to lead off the bottom half of the first inning. And we don't have a pitching change, but we do have a change up in the booth here as Mason Humfer has joined us up here as Destiny McElroy had to leave for a moment, but in the meantime, we'll have Mason up here, as you've been hearing him during the U.S. Elite Games.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me join you.
So the first pitch here to Sierra Sacco-Ferry. It's in their first strike, 0-1 to Sacco-Ferry, who's 1 for 6 this week. He's the designated player in this one. Lexi Kilfoyle in the circle. She misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike here to Sacco-Ferry. And you've been watching this Elite team all week. What has impressed you about the Elite team?
Well, what's impressed me is their depth, considering how young they are. It feels like in this infield especially, they've been able to plug different people in, different players in at any time, and get production out of that infield. Very impressive stuff. You saw Lena Garcia's diving stop. It didn't result in an out in that last half inning, but that was a heck of a play, wasn't it?
Sacco-Ferry, she was batting at the end of the first inning when Zirkle got caught stealing, so she had the clean count to start the inning, but now down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kilfoyle. Just misses low, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sacco-Ferry. Former Mississippi State Bulldog and a texter at Louisiana Tech. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sacco-Ferry. Little chopper over to second base, having to hurry and able to make the play. It's Janae Jefferson. So 1 away here in the second, and Bailey Klingler comes to the plate now.
And speaking of infield, she started this tournament off at third base against Chinese Taipei, and just fundamental to say the least. She makes every play look easy. See what she can do in the box.
1 ball and no strikes to Klingler. Started at Texas A&M in 2019, but then went over to Washington for 2020 through 23. She was the Pac-12 Player of the Year in 22. Called strike right at the knees on the outside edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kilfoyle's been good so far. She's just given up a single, but nothing's been hit hard against her through the first 4 batters.
Yeah, and that's what's a little surprising. Yesterday, this USA Elite team went up against Japan and got hot early, and then kind of cooled down as the game progressed. Not the same within these first 2 innings, at least offensively.
Ball and 2 strikes with Klingler. Fantastic career at Washington, where she ended up 3rd all-time in batting average, slugging, and on base.
Yeah, she's a ball player, facing 2 strikes.
On the ground over to third base. Easy hop there for Brito, but she throws it away. Klingler will move up to second base on the error. We'll see if the Elite team now can take advantage of the mistake.
Klingler's speed forces her to get rid of it quick there from the hot corner. Kind of pump fakes. Just a missed throw that time.
Klingler quick enough to get over to second on the error. So 1 on and 1 out and in scoring position with the national team up 1-0. And Gabby Garcia now comes to the plate. 2 for 9 this week with a double. Missed outside, 1 ball, no strikes to Gabby Garcia. Gabby Garcia is one of a few players that is still in school. She's a sophomore at Oklahoma. Or just finished her sophomore year, as this one's swung on and missed by Garcia.
And being from Oklahoma, she's getting a lot of love in this ballpark here in Devon Park. So is Kendall Wells, also an active player at Oklahoma.
Ball and a strike. Kilfoyle just misses outside. 2 balls and a strike to Garcia. He's twice been named 3rd team All-American. This year hit .395. 22 homers, 74 RBIs. RBI opportunity here with a runner on second. pops it up foul to the left side. That'll reach the seats. So Morgan Zirkle, she singled on the first batter of the game, or the first pitch of the game, I should say. But Kilfoyle has had a 2-strike count on every batter since.
Just getting ahead, competing within that circle. Not surprised that Zirkle was the one to get on first.
Another foul ball here.
Zirkle is just that full command over this whole tournament. Fearless.
Kilfoyle with the 2-2. Cold strike 3 on the inner half. Second strikeout for Kilfoyle, and she catches Garcia there for the second out of the inning.
Let's take another look at it on the inner half. Just froze her inside. Great movement on that pitch. Right on that inside corner to send her packing.
So 2 outs, 1 on, and Charlize Palacios comes to the plate. Takes a called strike, 0-1 to Palacios. Palacios has been 0 for 2 on the tournament. That one comes inside and it gets past Mulipola. As Klinger will move up here, and now tying run just 60 feet away.
Yeah, not very far at all. Palacios played really well behind the plate against Chinese Taipei on the first day. Back on Thursday, let's take a look at this. I thought it hit her for a second, gets by the catcher there, and easy base given up with 2 outs.
So that's going to be a passed ball. And now umpires are talking it over, and maybe they say it will hit.
Yeah, there might have been some
Palacios.
contact there. Galvin, I'd love to see that again if he could. Yes, please. See what we got. What do you think?
Man. Did it hit the bat? I mean, did it hit anything? Did it hit the bat? Did it hit her hand?
Might be going across that glove right there. We'll see. I mean, they don't have any replay down there, so it's going to be hard to overturn that. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So,
we're playing ball.
So yeah, they're going to say pass ball. Runner on third, 2 outs. Kilfoyle trying to get out of the jam, keep the lead for the national team. One popped up. Mulipola has a read on it, makes the catch, and ends the threat. So an error from Alyssa Brito allows a runner to get all the way over to third base eventually, but the national team hangs on. Kilfoyle retires the side, and we go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 national team. Bottom half of the second of the USA Softball International Cup semifinals. Winner takes on Japan in the championship tomorrow. As the national team leads 1-0. And out in right field for the elite team is one of 2 Olympians on the elite team, and that's Bubba Nichols-Camarena. Other one, Ali Carta, not pitching currently. Might see her later on, but so this elite team, they have some star power as well.
Oh, no doubt about that. You're seeing that up and down. This is one of the deepest cores of USA softball we've ever seen.
First pitch to Jada Coleman is on the outside edge for a strike. Coleman 1 for 6 this tournament. Megan Faremo still in the circle. Reaches out, fouls that one off to the left side. 0-2. Coleman, 24-year-old outfielder from the Colony, just north of Dallas, Texas. Ball and 2 strikes here for Coleman.
Coleman's another one of those Sooners from Oklahoma, graduated in the year 24. A lot of Oklahoma love here.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, she's part of that group that won 4 straight titles right on this field in Devon Park.
Very impressive. Coach Gasso leading the way over there in the third base coach's box.
A foul ball to the left side, and obviously everyone on these 2 teams is talented, but I'm sure Gasso not only looks at the talent, but likes having winners on her team too. And there are so many players up and down that have won for Texas and Oklahoma and UCLA. Just so many winners on this team.
A lot of winners, and I would argue even more importantly, just people that she can trust. I mean, people that you can run out there and say, hey, if we don't win with this person in the circle or this person behind the plate, then, you know, we just didn't have it that day. We went out there and gave it our all with people that we could trust.
3 balls and 2 strikes here for Coleman, leading off the second. Maya Brady led off the game for the national team with a home run. That's why it's 1-0. And that one is smacked into center field. Back goes Zirkle, and she just has enough room to make the catch. And there's one away, and that's one of the things we've been talking about all week is the length of these fences. It's 220 all the way around. When it's the College World Series, it's just 200, and that would have been out for a home run a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago or so, but here with the international game, they have it pushed back a little bit further, and Coleman is a victim of that. Brings up Alyssa Brito. Swings to the first one here, 0-1, and Brito with a chance to redeem herself. Had that error in the top half of the second. Didn't cost the national team, is able to get out of the jam, but another one of those Oklahoma Sooners. The fans here have been calling for the Brito bombs, and she was able to deliver, hit a home run. He's 2 for 5 with that home run and 3 RBIs this week.
She sure did, even in this deep park like you mentioned, and back to Maya Brady like you were talking about. You said it perfectly on that call in the first inning. That ball just kept carrying, and just soared on out of here. It's a deep park, but they got the power to knock him over the wall.
Popped straight up, but Palacios runs out of room. Still 1-2 to Brito. 3-time College World Series champion with Oklahoma. She played her freshman year at Oregon. Ball and 2 strikes here for Brito. Faremo. Another foul ball to the right side this time. Oh, almost made the catch there.
Brought the glove and everything. He was as ready as he could be. Oh, and he's happy too. Oh no, he's got to give it back. Sweet sleeveless shirt on that kid too with the tie-dye. The kid's got it going on. He's going places.
Ball and 2 strikes here for Brito. hit high into the air. This one will stay in play as McKinney gets underneath it and makes that catch. And there's 2 away here in the second inning.
Look at that shoulder roll, just the confidence out of these USA squads facing off against each other. And Brandon, let's be honest, I think a lot of us wanted to see this matchup right here. I mean, a lot of people call it the A team against the B team, whatever. I mean, there are competitors up and down both of these lineups, so USA against USA is such a cool matchup.
Yeah, it was just a question of whether it was going to happen today or tomorrow. But with the elite team losing to Japan yesterday, that set it up for today. And the winner of this one gets Japan, so it's either a rematch with the elite team, a chance to get some revenge, or the national team doing the avenging for the elite team. This one is chopped over the head of the third baseman Gold, and safe at first is Leach without a throw.
And you know, I'll tell you honestly, Brandon, I think this elite team would welcome that rematch against the Japan team that they saw yesterday. They go up 2-0 quick in the top of the first yesterday, really got at them, and then just let off the brakes, couldn't quite put them away. And then Japan just slowly chipping away, small ball to its finest, ends up winning that thing in a run rule.
This brings up Janae Jefferson, first pitch swinging, and that one into the gap, but McKinney able to run that one down, taking away extra bases from Jefferson. So one's able to get on with 2 outs, but a nice running catch there from McKinney. Ends the second. We go to the third. It's 1-0 U.S. national team.
Grab your phone and scan the QR code on the video board to access the official digital event.
Top of the third inning. This is the USA Softball International Cup semifinals. National team leads the elite team 1-0, and this is a series that there have been a few games between these two before, as the national team has won all 5 of them, and sometimes it's called, you know, the national team versus the elite team. They've done red versus blue before, but the national team has won 11 of the 14 cups, the International Cup, or the World Cup of Softball as it once was known, but just a 1-0 lead for the national team. And the elites are up right now here in the top half of the third. Kilfoyle still in the circle, and Alina Garcia leads off, ripping one into center past the diving Coleman. It goes all the way to the wall, and Garcia will stroll into second with a stand-up double. But wow, what a what an effort there from Jada Coleman.
As soon as I sat down in the booth, you said, what are you impressed most by? I said the middle infield of this USA elite team, and a huge part of that has to do with shortstop Alina Garcia's hitting. That is her multiple doubles in this tournament. Man, she just keeps making it rain with doubles. Standing on second, plays with a lot of energy as well. Really impressed by her.
So right away, I should say, in scoring position and trying to bunt, but missing is Sydney McKinney. So nothing in one on her. 2 for 5 with an RBI this week. But the Elite, great chance here to tie it up. The runner in scoring position and nobody out. A showing bunt the first time. This time she swings away and fouls it back. And now she's in a hole, 0-2 to Kilfoyle, who has 2 strikeouts already today. The Elite team would love to at least move Garcia over to third. Less than 2 outs. Kilfoyle's 0-2. Good pitch, but just misses low and in. 0-2 strikes here to McKinney.
McKinney thought about taking a rip at that one, pulls back at the last second to pick up that first ball. Good eye, good discipline by McKinney.
Former Wichita State Shocker, 2019 to 2023. Pokes this one over into left field. Brady's back to make the catch, gets it in quickly, and Garcia unable to tag. So she stays at second base, and there's one away. It's McKinney unable to move her up. But back up to the top of the order in Morgan Zirkle, who singled on the first pitch of the game, but was later caught stealing.
Oh yes, Zircules, as she's became known in this park, just a player. She's fearless. She'll swing first pitch, not afraid of anything. Exactly who Team Elite wants up. With a runner on second, look at Alina trying to add some pressure on the bases.
That single into right, her first time up. Kilfoyle's 1-0. Fouled off to the left side. Zirkle went to Marshall. She's from West Virginia. Had a school record .451 batting average and was named the Conference USA Player of the Year her senior year.
Yeah, widely considered to be the Thundering Herd GOAT of softball. She takes a strike on the inside.
Now the head coach at Marshall.
Yeah, she's all around that program. One really across the chalk of that batter's box. A little extension of the zone to paint the inside corner.
The 1-2. That one into left field. It stays up for Brady. She makes the catch. Thought about trying to double off Garcia, but Garcia scampers back to second in time. And Zirkle hits it hard. Hit it harder than she did her single earlier, but this time credited with the flyout.
Yeah, not enough hang time on that one to be able to move over Garcia. Really nice piece of hitting, just right to Brady out and left.
Brings up on a Gold. She also flied out to left field. Her first time up. A called strike here from Kilfoyle. 0-1. Head in the count as she took something off there, and Gold was way out in front. Get some oohs and ahs from the crowd here at Devon Park.
Got her off balance. Took a lot off of that pitch. Now it's 0-2. Anna's got to compete.
We're on second, 2 outs. Garcia has started at second, but hasn't been able to move past that after 2 flyouts to left. It's another foul ball. Keeps it 0-2. And Kilfoyle, we've talked about it, how she's just been able to work ahead. Only 1 3-ball count, as this is the 11th batter of the game. Only 1 3-ball count, and that one ended in a strikeout. 0-2 here with Gold. That one in the dirt, and Mulipola loses sight of where it is and gets back to the screen. And so wild pitch brings Garcia over to third base. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
She was set up low and everything. Just popped up right out of the glove. Garcia takes off for third.
It looked like Mulipola tried to scoop it instead of block it. That caught her. 1-2 from Kilfoyle. Fouled off again. Anna Gold just won't go away here. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
That's what you like to see out of Team USA. This is a young, hungry team. Everybody fighting for a spot on that Olympic roster within the next couple years. So taking a look at these competitive at-bats, it's exactly what they need to produce.
1 ball and 2 strikes here with Gold. Try to nip that edge, just misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And a good frame, because there, you talk about oohs and ahs. That's exactly what's going on here at Devon Park. Here, Brandon, and that pitch wasn't even close. That is deception at its finest behind the plate.
Kilfoyle's 2-2. Another one, that one a little bit closer, still not called a strike, and so this is now the second 3-ball count. Another full count here. Ended with a strikeout from Bubba Nichols Camarena in the first. She's on deck. 3-2. And that one right down the third base line for a base hit. Coming in to score is Garcia. And it's a double for Gold, and we're tied at 1. Just able to sneak it in past that diving Brito.
That's what you got to do. Foul off pitches until you find your pitch. Stayed with it, stayed aggressive, and a good, even swing to force one through the tight window of the infield.
So tied up at 1 now here in the top half of the third. And Bubba Nichols Camarena comes to the plate. 0 for 1, struck out swinging her first time up. That was the first pitch back, 0-1. Bubba Nichols Camarena, another one that's coaching in the collegiate ranks. She's an assistant at UCLA, her alma mater. Called strike on the outer edge, 0-2 here to Bubba.
It's interesting that you bring up UCLA because you could bring it up the whole game. Between these two rosters, there is 8 Bruins within these 2 USA teams. So a lot of California love going on for Team USA.
0-2, close pitch there to take. Looked like Mulipola liked it, but 1 ball and 2 strikes now here to Nichols Camarena. Kilfoyle's 1-2. On the ground over to third base. Tough play here for Brito, but able to make the running throw and retire Nichols Camarena, but not before the U.S. Elite team strings together a couple of doubles as Anna Gold was able to sneak one in through that third base side, driving in Elena Garcia, and ties this one up at 1 apiece heading to the bottom half of the third.
Live for the bases loaded, for the full counts. Live for the away games, for the strikeouts. Live for the high fives, the pop flies, and the moonshots.
That's my girl.
There's my slugger.
Live for the big moments and the little ones. Live the game like never before.
I am a place that's built on tradition but thrives on momentum, where solid roots keep me grounded and big ideas push me higher, where the streets hum with energy, culture sparks connection, and we celebrate every win together. From the bright lights to the colorful walls, from the sound of progress to the quiet of wide open spaces. I am a place that finds its way into your spirit, your stories, your heart. They call me Oklahoma City, and I've saved you a front row seat.
All tied up at 1 apiece after doubles from Elena Garcia and Anna Gold. So we're now into the bottom half of the third inning, as this is what the standings looked like after group play. After the conclusion of yesterday's game, Japan winning Group A, going 3-0. The U.S. Elite team getting second place. Samoa, a good showing, and Chinese Taipei 0-3, where Group B had the national team going 3-0 as Maya Brady led off this one with a home run into left field as she's 1 for 1. She's provided the offense for the national team. And she takes a called strike, and gets a strike here. 0-1 here for Brady. Shows bunt. It's a called strike, though. 0-2. So Brady behind in the count early here on Megan Faremo. Yeah, Brady just went down and shot it the other way. Tries to do it again. Fouls it off left side. No balls and 2 strikes, and Brady, another one of those UCLA Bruins that you were talking about.
Yeah, they're full of them here. A lot of talent coming out of that program. Maya Brady leading things off.
Going outside. First ball from Faremo. Ball and 2 strikes here for Brady. And ends up being a foul ball as it was caught behind the plate. Home plate umpire right on top of it. As Palacios was just too quick.
She really got over the top of that ball there with that swing. Doesn't go very far. A lot different from her first at bat.
The 1-2, that one shot into the left center field gap. That will find the wall on a hop, and Brady on the hop. She's into second base with a leadoff double for the national team.
Much more characteristic out of Brady. Did not get on top of that ball. Got under it, if anything. Just a line drive into left center field. Ends up 1 hop in the wall. And yeah, she was on the hop. Quickly hitting the crane pose. I like it. That's straight out of Kung Fu Panda.
So leadoff double here for the national team, and Skylar Wallace now at the plate. Popped to second base her first time up. One ball and no strikes. And the national team really hasn't had to play a whole lot of small ball this week. They've scored double-digit runs in all 3 of their games.
Yeah, the national team is full of sluggers up and down the lineup, Brandon. So they haven't been having to play small ball. Japan did yesterday against this elite team and just really made them work for everything that they were able to get.
Faremo now behind in the count. It's 3-0, Skylar Wallace. Brady representing the go-ahead run at second base. That's ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk. First walk of the game. Puts runners at first and second base, and Faremo in a little bit of trouble early here in the third. The heart of the order due up for the national team, Deja Mulipola. And looks like we'll have a meeting in the circle here as Maya Brady led off this inning with the double into left center field, followed by the 4-pitch walk to Skylar Wallace. And got to be thinking that Faremo just needs to settle down here, and we may see a pitching change as well.
Yeah, that's Nyjah Kennedy getting warmed up, the $1 million arm. as the fans at Texas Tech like to call her. Getting active down in the arm barn over there.
And no signal down there just yet. Let me see Hattie Gasso talking to the batting side, and with these U.S. versus U.S. games, she's over at third base the entire game. She's coaching third base on both sides, so not a whole lot of rest for
Yeah, I was kind of questioning how she would do that, but I'm not surprised by the answer, taking complete control over at third. You saw in the bullpen over there for the elite team, Tegan Cavan as well. You saw her earlier in this tournament.
So the elite team will stick with Faremo for now. And this one's grounded over to second, could be to Garcia, and then over to Klingler, but not in time as Mulipolo legs that one out. Still able to move Brady over to third on the fielder's choice.
But with swift movement here by the infield.
But yeah, with Elena Garcia over at short, she was playing a lot more towards the hole, so she was able to even catch it before she got to second base. She was closer to the
right
bag,
foot.
yeah.
Yes, she was. Athleticism. Very impressed by her all the way around.
But now runners on the corners here for Jocelyn Erickson with just one out. First pitch high, 1-0. Erickson singled to short her first time up. And a great play from Elena Garcia to get to it, a diving stop, but Erickson just too quick down the line to make even a throw. Big swing there from Erickson, comes up empty. Faremo trying to get out of the jam here. Just one out though. Missed away, 2 balls and a strike now for Erickson. Erickson, the cleanup hitter today, has hit a home run this week, but he's a fantastic catcher too, 2-time Gold Glove Award winner. This one's high, 3 balls now and a strike to Erickson.
Faremo's got to get in the zone here, cannot afford a walk to load the bases. We got some arms warming up in the bullpen, and she wants to stay in. She's got to find a way to get out of this.
Fouled off. Full count now to Erickson. You don't want to load the bases against this national team. They have hit 2 grand slams this week. Erickson was one of them. Maya Brady the other.
Got Jennings in the 5-hole coming up after her.
Payoff pitch, a little looper, and it's just foul. Right off the end of the bat and just kept spinning towards foul ground, and was fouled by maybe a foot. Would have scored a run.
Could have been 2, and look at Anna Gold just book it, trying to make it there.
So it stays 3 balls, 2 strikes here for Jocelyn Erickson. Another foul ball. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Oh,
now
got another friend.
4 of them up there. Got a little bird's nest.
Over under 6.
Ooh, by the time this thing's all said and done, well, it depends. I mean, if Japan plays again, there's going to be a ton more up there. They foul off more pitches than I think I've ever seen.
Another foul ball. This one doesn't catch the screen.
Speaking of not catching it, I think there's a dad down there holding popcorn in one hand, maybe a Texas Longhorn shirt in the other, just right off of the right hand. And to answer your question, I'm getting confirmation from Warren, the producer in the back. He's taking under on foul balls on that net there. 3-2 count coming up.
That one's high. It's ball 4. That loads the bases. Second walk of the inning for Faremo. And it brings up Tiare Jennings. Jennings 0 for 1, fly to center, but it was deep center her first time up. She bats here with the bases loaded and just one out. Tie game 1-1. Big moment in this one. Jennings has driven in 3 this week, and 2 of them have been by sacrifice flies. The U.S. would take that here. First pitch called strike right at the knees. Nothing in 1 to Jennings. Jennings always gets a nice round of applause here, the former Sooner, 4-time champion. And that one's through the hole on the right side for a base hit. Brady will score. Mulipola is in as well. Over to third goes Erickson. It's a 2-run single for Jennings, and the national team's back up on top. It's 3-1.
Anytime her name is said in this park, you're going to hear an applause, and that continues here tonight with the 2 RBI single. The focus, the composure. Look at that swing, trotting down to first base. McKinney is able to catch up to it, hit right to her, but with it being on the ground, 2 runs scored, and anything into the outfield was good news there for the national team.
National team not done yet. Jada Coleman at the plate now, 0 for 1, fly to center. That's here with runners on the corners. This is inside 1-0, and Erickson going from first to third also big on this one. So then ground out, fly out, that could score Erickson for another insurance run for the national team.
And she got on by a walk, just being super costly, putting 3 runners on base already in this one. 3-1 is the score.
Coleman's bunt is fouled off, so ball and a strike now. On the ground, up the middle, Garcia steps on the bag, throws to first, it gets away, run comes in to score. And Coleman goes up to second base on the error, but it's 4-1. Get the error for Coleman to get to second base, but initially a pretty good play there from Gabby Garcia. But just the throw sails a little bit away from her, and Erickson's able to score. We'll give an RBI for Coleman on that one too. And another meeting in the circle, so that'll be it for Megan Faremo. We'll have a new pitcher for the elite team. And
it's going to be Nyjah Kennedy.
Yep, we'll tell you all about Kennedy right when we come back as the U.S. national team leads the elite team. It's 4-1, still in the bottom half of the third. Back here for the semifinals between the U.S. women's national team and the United States elite team. And our new pitcher is Nigeri Kennedy for the elite team, as she pitched against American Samoa. She was the starter in that one and got the win as she went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, struck out 3, and walked 3. And she comes in here in relief, and she'll come in with Jada Coleman on second base with 1 out, as 3 runs are already in here in the 3rd inning. But Kennedy started at Stanford, went over to Texas Tech for 25 and 26. 2-time first-team All-American, 2-time National Pitcher of the Year. One of the better collegiate pitchers we've seen recently.
And Brandon, she's got an arm on her, that's for sure. She can throw well over 73 miles per hour. She's got a rise ball and a changeup. She's also got a late breaking slider that she can bring into the mix as well. Definitely one of the better arms that we've seen.
And she'll face Alyssa Brito. Big swing there from Brito, 0-1.
A big swing on a big pitch. Getting ahead early. That's what the elite team was struggling with before. With this pitching change, see if that can change as well.
Fouled off, and Brito's in a hole, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here for Brito. Brito just gets a piece of it and spun around because I think she thought she should have gotten more of it.
Yeah, she wants that one back, no doubt about it. Now down 0-2.
Kennedy got to stay in Texas for the AUSL, plays for the Volts. A little bit low, 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Brito. Ball and 2 strikes now. Still just 1 out. 7th batter of the inning. Took something off, but stays upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Alyssa Brito. Righty-righty matchup. Another one that stays high and had Brito in a hole, and now she's battled back for a 3-2 count. 23-year-old right-hander from Topeka, Kansas, in the circle. And it's ball 4. Brito works the walk. Trying to keep her team pumped and engaged. Coleman stays at second base.
The designated player, number 75, Aubrey Leach.
Kennedy walks her first batter. And Aubrey Leach gets started off with a strike. When Kennedy pitched against American Samoa, she had a little bit of trouble with walks, had 3 walks in that game.
Yeah, she did. Struggled to find the zone, which is really surprising to me. She started off her softball career. Her first love was being a catcher behind the dish, and we'll have a throwdown from the catcher over to first. Going to be safe over there.
Ball and strike here with Leach. But those walks didn't hurt her, as she didn't give up a run in 3 innings against American Samoa. 2 balls and a strike to Leach, and that was one of the pleasant surprises of group play, was seeing American Samoa's. When the rankings come out, they rank the programs. It's not the national teams. When you see those rankings, it's Japan #1, US #2. It's judging the entire program. So we're talking the under 19 team, the under 15 team, all of those are into where those rankings get into. But American Samoa, they were in the 60s, as they're a fairly new program. But to see them come away with a win out of this International Cup, and then also just to a team that's definitely up and coming and has a lot of college stars on their team.
Yeah, still getting their feet with under them, Brandon, no doubt about that. A young squad. They had 9 players still in college, and they even had 3 players that hadn't even made it to that level yet. They had 3 high school players on that American Samoa team. So for them to even get this international experience.
On the ground, right back to Kennedy, and she takes the easy out over to first, and that will do it for the third inning. Is Kennedy able to react quickly and get the out as we now move to the top half of the fourth. It is now 4-1 U.S. national team.
Service is what we're all here for, and being responsive to their needs, being able to answer their questions.
Three-run third inning gives the U.S. national team a 3-run lead. It's 4-1. Top half of the fourth inning is take a look at the tournament history of the International Cup. It used to be known as the World Cup of Softball. Haven't had this tournament since 2019, but it's going to be either the United States or Japan that wins once again. Now, it's always been the national team. The elite team could come back in this one and win tomorrow against Japan. Would get the elite team its first ever win in the International Cup or the World Cup of Softball. But either way, it's going to be the United States against Japan for the championship tomorrow. First batter here for the U.S. elite team is Sierra Sacco-Ferry. She fouls the first one off. She's 0 for 1, grounded out to second base her first time up. Lexi Kilfoyle still in the circle for the national team, working into her fourth inning.
Into the fourth inning, and that right there was only her 54th pitch. Incredible efficiency in the circle.
Marjorie Kennedy was able to get out of the jam in the third inning to close the book on Faremo. 2 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs. They all ended up being earned. Walks 2, doesn't strike out a batter. But now a ball and 2 strikes to Sacco-Ferry. Kilfoyle's 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Sacco-Ferry. Kilfoyle, first overall pick in the inaugural draft for the AUSL in January of 25. Won the first ever game in that league's history. Check swing, does she go? No, she does not. 3 balls, 2 strikes as Sacafari holds up.
Let's see, did that into the barrel go around? No, it didn't. It's a good call to make the count full.
She shook her head no. She says no as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes here. And the umpire didn't make a call as a strike, but I was a little confused by Muli Pola throwing down to third. I thought it was ball forward, and then she made me question it.
Yeah,
but it
no
is ball
call
forward.
from the made a noise. Trying to sell it. You got to give the catcher credit right there. That's experience.
So first walk for Kilfoyle. And it leads off the 4th. Bailey Klingler now up. Reached on an error her first time up. Klingler still looking for that first hit of the week.
She got pulled out of the lineup yesterday, most likely due to the lack of the bat.
Could be 2. Over to first, and it is in time. Was it on the exchange that she got it? She dropped it. Looks like umpire still going with the out call. 4-6-3 double play. And now umpires are going to get together. As when Erickson made the catch at first base, she ended up dropping the ball at the end of the play, but I think it was when she was trying to get it out of her mitt. Umpires are going to get together to talk this one over. I think it should end up being a double play here, but we'll make sure. But Jefferson to Jennings to Erickson, that was quick at the turn at second base.
Yeah, this one should be a double play here. It was pretty clearly on the transfer as the glove was coming down. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not as clear. What do you think, Brandon?
Throw definitely beat her, but I think she was trying to get it out of her mitt.
I do as well. Everything dropped down. We'll see what the call is.
Yep, they're going to say with the double play, so 4-6-3 double play.
So the offensive struggles continue for Bailey Klingler. I think she's one of the best infielders from a glove standpoint on the elite team, but just not able to figure it out in the batter's box.
Well, Kilfoyle's able to erase that walk on that double play, and so now she faces Gabby Garcia. 2 out, nobody on. First pitch called strike at the knees. Garcia 0 for 1, struck out looking her first time up. Kilfoyle has struck out 2 today. Called strike on the inside corner now here to Gabby Garcia.
Muli Pola really selling the call there and being a general behind the plate, hyping up her pitcher.
And that's a called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Garcia goes down looking for the second time today as the U.S. national team able to get some defense, and then the strikeout looking here for Garcia's Kilfoyle gets her 3rd K of the game. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 4-1, United States national team. U.S. national team leads the elite team here in the semifinals. It's 4-1. Winner gets Japan tomorrow for the championship. Great crowds all week long here at Devon Park, Oklahoma City, the softball capital of the world. And leading off for the U.S. national team is Janae Jefferson. The U.S. goes 9-1-2 against Najee Kennedy. First pitch called strike there on Jefferson.
Jefferson squaring around for a slap bunt approach here against Kennedy. Trying to be a double leadoff situation in the 9-hole.
Fouls it off, look out. All smiles, looks like she's all right. No balls, 2 strikes to Jefferson. Flied to right her first time up. She's 0 for 2. And this one's hit right back to Kennedy. Can't get the glove down in time. Just able to sneak it past Alina Garcia. And it's a 6-hopper into center field for Janae Jefferson. Leadoff single.
You can see Garcia playing deep into that gap, trying to cut it off and attacking the ball instead of drifting back at it. Not able to make the play, and it's going to result in a single.
So back up to the top of the order for the national team, and it's Maya Brady, who has had a great day so far. 2 for 2, solo homer to start the game, and doubled and scored in the third. First pitch swinging with Jefferson running, and it's fouled off to the left side.
Talk about setting the tone with that first home run, first at-bat of the game for the national team. And keeping up that consistency with the singles. She's got 1 runner on with no outs. Top of the lineup, let's see what she can do.
Kennedy's 0-1. Hit high into the air, this one playable as Garcia goes to the edge of the infield and makes the catch at short. And there's 1 out. Skylar Wallace will now come up here against Kennedy, and Kennedy, last 2 years, has left Oklahoma City as the Women's College World Series runner-up. Made the all-tournament team both years, but has gotten second place to Texas both years in a row. So Wallace looks at strike 1 here. Wallace has popped to second base and walked today. Off the fist, fouled off. So now Wallace in a hole, 0-2. Wallace, 26-year-old from Woodstock, Georgia in the Atlanta area. Up and away, and almost a quasi pitch out there with Jefferson at first. 0-2, you got a little bit of leeway there to work with there on a pitch out. High into the air, shallow center, and Zirkle's able to come in and make the catch. So 2-away here in the 4th after the leadoff single from Jefferson. She's still over there. Deja Mulipola now up for the national team, up 4-1. Bottom half of the 4th. Mulipola's 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored her last time up.
Mulipola's making her money behind the plate tonight. Really good job in that last half inning, selling both calls that ended up being strikes with a lot of energy and a lot of confidence, just running off of the field. Gets him back in this position in the box.
Runner goes, pitches high, throw down to second is in time. A great slide from Janae Jefferson, but a better throw and tag from Palacios as she is able to get Jefferson. Caught stealing to end. It goes to Alina Garcia. And that'll take us to the top half of the 5th. It remains 4-1. The U.S. Women's National Team leads the elites.
I am a place that's built on tradition but thrives on momentum, where solid roots keep me grounded and big ideas push me higher, where the streets hum with energy, culture sparks connection, and we celebrate every win together. From the bright lights to the colorful walls, from the sound of progress to the quiet of wide open spaces. I am a place that finds its way into your spirit, your stories, your heart. They call me Oklahoma City, and I've saved you a front row seat.
USA Softball International Cup semifinals. The national team leads the elites 4-1. And leading off is Charlize Palacios. As the elite team goes 7-8-9 is Lexi Kilfoyle. She's been good through the first 4 innings for the national team.
We're going to see if Palacios can disrupt her here. She's a winner, back-to-back AUSL champion with the Talons.
Swings to the first one here.
Two years at UCLA, 3 years at Arizona, then a third-round pick in 2025. He's been a champion in the AUSL ever since.
She's hopeful to be on the Olympic team in 2 years and become the second Olympian in her family, as her sister, Sachelle, actually played for Mexico in the 2020 Olympics. The 0-2 from Kilfoyle. Pola tried to frame that one in there, but it misses off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Palacios fouled out to her counterpart behind the plate. A lot of decisions there for Patty Gasso here in a couple of years.
A lot of great catchers in this pool.
Fouled off right side.
Good by Palacios there just to make some contact in this at bat. Everything has been away from her so far, so to be able to just make some bat to barrel contact, really good, staying alive.
Ball and 2 strikes to Palacios. On the ground, foul to the left side. We'll do it again.
Compete, compete, compete. That time Kilfoyle goes low and inside to her. She gets around early on it to keep the at-bat alive. Got some bodies out in the bullpen.
Quiet for the moment.
Just observing for now.
High into the air, center field, couple of steps goes back. Coleman now, she drifts back in, makes the catch. 1 away in the 5th. So Palacios is retired. Just got underneath this one.
The shortstop, number 2, Alina Garcia.
A little deception as it hangs in the sky. The sun's down now. Might have got lost in the clouds, started drifting back. Comes up, gets set, makes the routine play.
Alina Garcia now. 1 for 1. Doubled and scored the elite team's first run, as she has a little smile there after getting fooled by the on-off speed pitch.
And I don't know how many times I've watched her play and not smile. Class of 29, just a young player who's just loving playing this international ball.
Foul tip into the mitt of Mulipola, and Garcia's behind in the count, 0-2. UCLA's redshirt freshman, Alina Garcia. She's named a Softball America freshman All-American this year. She was fantastic for the Bruins. 358 average, 22 homers, and 69 RBIs.
She's just carried that offensive production over into this international play.
And we've seen her flash the glove too. She's been great defensively as well. And made the All-Big Ten defensive team as well as a freshman. Waits on it, fouls it back, stays alive.
80 games with 78 starts at shortstop at UCLA throughout her career so far. And for good reason. Started things off last time she was up with a double. Looking to replicate that here, down 1-2.
Kilfoyle checks the wristband. Now the 1-2. It's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. And that's a 4th strikeout today for Lexi Kilfoyle. And besides those 2 doubles she gave up in the 3rd, I mean, she's been great today.
There was no doubt about that pitch either, right on the outside corner. It's what you call painting the corners. Does it like Picasso right there.
And it looks like that'll be it for Lexi Kilfoyle. And we'll have a new pitcher. It's Carlin Pickens. We'll talk all about her and tell you all about her as the national team leads 4-1 as we head to as we stay in the top half of the 5th. There's 2 outs. We'll tell you all about her right after this. U.S. national team leads the elites. It's 4-1 as we have a new pitcher for the U.S. national team, and it's Carlin Pickens, 22-year-old right-hander from Weaverville, North Carolina, near Asheville, and just finished her career at Tennessee, where she was a 3-time first-team All-American, and she was great against Canada as Montana Fouts struggled early on in that one, but Pickens came in and really kept the United States in the game to where they were able to come back and get the win.
We're going to have a change in the lineup here as well, as the 9-hole hitter will now be Taylor Shoemaker, an active player at Florida. Shoemaker is quite the ball player, really exploded onto the college scene, 129 games with a .417 batting average so far down in the Swamp.
1 ball, 1 strike here to Shoemaker. Yeah, Pickens against Canada. 3 2/3, 3 hits, 1 run. Struck out 2 and walked 2. She was the one that got credited with the win. Fouled back, ball and 2 strikes now to Shoemaker. Shoemaker, the National Freshman of the Year in 2025. She was a first-team All-American with second team this year. Fouled back, and ball and 2 strikes, and just shows how good the college game is. Shoemaker hit .445 this year and was second team.
Yeah, last year she was tied for home run season record with 22 at Florida, so she just keeps getting better and better.
Rolling outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Shoemaker.
And you can't question her love for the game either. She's from Fullerton, California, and is playing in Gainesville, Florida, which means that's over 2,000 miles coast to coast for this ball player making her debut on the national team.
2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Pickens strikes out her first batter to end the 5th. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. And take another look. Shoemaker unable to catch up to that one. Pickens keeps the lead. It's 4-1 heading to the bottom of the 5th. U.S. national team leads the elites. It's 4-1, bottom half of the 6th inning. But take a look at our game summary here. And Zirkle got the single to start the game, ended up getting caught stealing, but it was Elena Garcia, the double and the lone run for the elite team. But Lexi Kilfoyle has been great. She's in line for the win now. It's 4 2/3, 3 hits, 1 run, strikes out 4, just walks 1. She was great today for the national team.
She was great. She had a great outing, and it was a lot of that was due to her catcher who's coming up to bat right now. You talked about Zirkle getting thrown down, and she was dead to rights the moment she took off. Just wasn't even close. Kennedy filling up the zone early on the outside corner.
Nothing in 1 here to Mulipola. It just never seemed like Lexi Kilfoyle was ever in trouble out there.
It really didn't. Just playing with so much confidence and poise. She's not a player that's going to make you know, she's not going to tell everybody how good she is. She's not running around, dancing around. She just sits in the circle, does her thing, fills up the strike zone, and was getting outs all night.
1-1, reaches out, fouls it off near the tarp. And that's a good thing that tarp has stayed rolled up all week, haven't needed it.
Yeah, there were a couple days there where we might have could have used it. I know you had the benefit of some night games, but we were up here in the booth 108 one day. Man, I was sweating through my slacks.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Gets a little bit away from Palacios, but just applies the tag. And that's the first strikeout for these national team hitters. Mulipola swings through that one, and Tag applied by Palacios, and so Jocelyn Erickson now comes up.
Take a look at Kennedy just showing off her speed out of the circle. She can sit around 73. That one might have had some more oomph on it.
1 ball and no strikes to Erickson. Walked and scored her last time up. Also single to short back in the first. Very high. 2-0 now here to Erickson. 22-year-old from Phoenix at the plate. 5th overall pick for Chicago in the college draft this past May. Called strike on the outer edge. 2 balls and a strike now to Erickson.
Another product out of Florida, the 26 class.
High pop up, shallow right. Garcia makes the call and makes the catch at second. Two ways. That would look like that was Elena Garcia.
Yes, it was. We had some changes. Had Elena moving over to second. Anna Gold over at short, and then you got Klingler over third. Talking with Coach Gasso right now.
First pitch here to Jennings. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 for 2. 2-run single to right the last time up. Came with the bases loaded, and that one lazy liner over to first, caught easily, and that will end the 5th. It's 3 up, 3 down for the national team as we head to the 6th. It's 4-1, U.S. Women's national team. Top half of the 6th inning is U.S. Women's National Team leads 4-1. Semifinals of the Softball International Cup. The winner takes on Japan in the championship tomorrow night at 7. At 3 o'clock will be the 3rd place game against the loser of this one taking on Canada. And that was a really great game as Canada got out early, and then Japan just kept chipping and chipping away, and then scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to get the win. Down by 2 entering the final inning. Had runners at first and third, and were able to steal second base with 2 outs, and then a single through the right side scored both runs for the walk-off win for Japan.
Yes, Japan ended up walking that thing off, and if U.S. Elite wants to be able to get that rematch that they so desire, they're going to have to put this game behind them. What's happened in this so far, behind them, and Zirkle swings like she wants to.
Jefferson stays with it and gets the out. Wow. It was a rocket to Jefferson. It couldn't stay in her mitt, but still was able to stay with it and get the speedy Zirkle out.
Hard hit ball over to second base there. Jefferson didn't really fully square up and get in front of that. Kind of stuck her glove out to the left with how hot that came at her. I'm not really going to sit here and blame her, but man, way to make a play and stick with it. She might have been safe as well.
Yeah, so close. Don't have the replay here for umpire's benefit. So there's one out. And Anna Gold takes a called strike. RBI double her last time up. She's the only one with an RBI in the third for the U.S. Elite team. On the ground this time for the shortstop. Jennings bounces it over to first, and a nice scoop on the back end from Erickson. And another close play over at first.
Yes, it was. Let's take another look at this one. Another hard hit ball as well. Really nice awareness knowing to throw it with one hop. I do think they got Gold out on that one.
She disagrees.
Yeah, she does. and you know, that's fair. You want to go out here and compete. But again, fortunately for the umpire, there's no replay, so what they say goes.
First pitch to Bubba Nichols Camarena is fouled off. 0 for 2. She has struck out and grounded out to third. Carlin Pickens has been good out of relief. She's retired all 3 hitters that she's faced so far. She can finish this one out and keep the lead. She'll get a save.
For Bubba, this could really be considered a home game. Plays for the OKC Spark.
Ball and a strike here for Bubba.
Also has international experience playing for the Terriers over in Japan.
Talked about how she's one of the 2 Olympians for the U.S. Elite team.
Very decorated resume.
On the ground through the hole, up the middle for a base hit.
Showing that she's not just a has-been. She's got that resume, but she's also here to produce right now. Let's take another look at this single. Just level-headed, eye on the ball. Good swift cut to make her way to first base with 2 outs.
Looks like we might have another change here. As Patty Gasso goes to look at the lineup card.
This is going to be Carta, who pitched yesterday against Japan with the helmet in the back.
Attention, please. Pitch hitting for U.S. Elite, number 3, Ali Carta.
So Ali Carta pinch hitting here. She's the other Olympian. Missed outside, 1 ball and no strikes here to Carta. Played for UCLA from 2012 to 2015. Fouled back.
Carta's somebody that's been a big part of this international play for a long time. In the last International Cup back in 2019, she did a great deal of pitching, went 2 for 1 with 17 strikeouts and a 0.99 ERA in 14.1 innings.
High into the air, foul ground, and Brito tries to make the catch up there, but can't hang on.
That is max effort, Calvin. We got to see that one again. Yes, thank you, sir. Let's take a look at this. Digging, couple looks, warning track, running out of warning track, and the jump can't quite climb the wall there.
1 or 2 more feet, she would have had it.
Yeah. Hopefully her Adam's apple's all right. She got right up in there. Trying to make that grab. 1-2 count.
Pickens with the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Pickens, and that one ends the top half of the 6th inning as the U.S. Elite team, they get a 2-out single, but strikeout here from Carta ends it, and we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's still 4-1 U.S. national team.
Live for the bases loaded, for the full counts. Live for the away games, for the strikeouts. Live for the high fives, the pop flies, and the moonshots.
That's my girl.
There's my slugger.
Live for the big moments and the little ones. Live the game like never before.
I am a place that's built on tradition but thrives on momentum, where solid roots keep me grounded and big ideas push me higher, where the streets hum with energy, culture sparks connection, and we celebrate every win together. From the bright lights to the colorful walls, from the sound of progress to the quiet of wide open spaces. I am a place that finds its way into your spirit, your stories, your heart. They call me Oklahoma City, and I've saved you a front row seat.
U.S. national team leads the Elites. It's 4-1, bottom half of the 6th inning. Got a couple of defensive changes for the Elite team. Allie Carta stays in the game. She'll play over at first base. And new catcher is Reese Atwood behind the plate. She'll try to catch the first pitch here against Jada Coleman. And Coleman misses. Nothing in 1 to Coleman. 0 for 1. Grounded into a fielder's choice. Was able to drive in a run her last time up.
I like her approach here, trying to get a bunt down. It was 3 up, 3 down last inning in the 5th for this national team offense. Not very characteristic for them. This is a team that we have seen all week. They are able to crush the softball. Squaring around to bunt, trying to get a lead base runner on.
And Carta there over at first.
Talk about versatility, huh? She pitched yesterday against one of the best teams in this tournament in Japan. Now she's over at first base. Just wherever the team needs her is where this 33-year-old veteran's going to go.
Way outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Coleman. Right out to center her first time up. 1-2 from Canada. Reaches out and lines it into right field for a base hit. Coleman thought about going a couple of times here as Gideon Wright mishandled the hit and then threw it away a little bit as well. But
Brandon, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the movie A League of Their Own, but Dottie, the younger sister, loves the high one. She can't lay off of them, and that's exactly what happens with that piece of hitting there. Coleman reaches out high and away, way away from her, but gets the barrel out there, sends one same side of the field into right.
Kit's the younger sister.
Kit, Dottie, you're right.
Dottie's the older sister.
You're right. Thanks for keeping me in check. See, that's how I know you were paying attention. Well done. Well done. Megan Grant coming up to bat now.
So yeah, Grant's going to pinch hit here for Alyssa Brito. Swings through the first one.
Attention please, pinch hitting for U.S. National number 43, Megan Grant.
So Megan Grant at the plate. Just finished her career at UCLA. Check swing, fouled off. 0-2 to Grant.
Attention please, defensive change for U.S. Elite. Number 3, Ali Corda at first base.
Check swing off of the barrel, really inside. This is Grant's a really back-loaded hitter. You can see just really sinking in to that left leg.
Fouled off to the left side, a little bit of room over there, but runs out of room.
If that would have been Brito, we know she would have dove over the wall backwards to try to make that catch. She ended up climbing the dugout just a half inning before this. Megan Grant down 0-2. Kennedy, a lot of pitches in her arsenal.
Bit high. That one hit high into the air. Going back, Shoemaker to the wall, and it's gone! 2-run pinch hit homer from Megan Grant. And it's now 6-1.
Big league pop out of the recent UCLA graduate, the class of 26. UCLA lost a good hitter here, loaded up on that back leg, like we talked about a little bit before. Shoemaker running out of room. That one well over the wall. Now the national team out hitting the elite team 8-4 in the hit category. 6-1 is your score.
And this one's headed over towards Zirkle and right, and it falls in for a base hit. Throw back to first though, and able to get back is Aubrey Leach. Singling on the first pitch here, the second hit of the game. Just looped it down the line.
She did. It hung up there and then eventually started dropping.
Now more defensive changes, as again, that was Zirkle who went from center to right, and Taylor Shoemaker has stayed in the game in center field. So if I'm looking at my score sheet right, I think the only person that has stayed in the game at her original position is Bubba Nichols Camarena.
That it is, and you know, with an inter-squad game like this, I don't blame them. You got the Olympics coming up in 2 years. This international play, you're facing a bunch of different countries, a bunch of different style of play. So with this inter-squad stuff, really cool to see everybody, some different looks and different positions.
And we have more changes. Hannah Flippin is gonna pinch hit here for Janae Jefferson. As there's a meeting in the circle as well. Got meetings with everybody.
Yeah.
Patty Gasso talking to the hitter and Flippin. We got a meeting out in the circle. John Bartfelt goes all the way around to talk to the outfielders. First base coach talking to Aubrey Leach at first.
You talk about inter-squad, this is almost a practice at this point. Every position group getting talked to.
Attention please, pitch hitting for U.S. National.
So Hannah Flippin
37,
to the plate now.
Flippin.
Flippin is 1 for 6 this week. Single to center in her last at-bat against China. One 1-0 here to Flippin. Runner on first. Nobody out.
And not only is this a super talented talent pool for these two USA teams, but also super well coached. Predominantly a Oklahoma group of coaches. I think she might have stepped on her hand there, making sure she was okay. Carter checking on Leach after the tag.
Looks like she's all right. See if we can't see it here.
Yep, just a little bit on that right hand. Immediately checks on her.
Check swing, swinging button and diving catch from Kennedy. Throw to first, double play.
Yes. Look at the effort by Kennedy. The follow through, off balance, dives to her left. What a play. The mask comes off, flips it over to first while still on the ground. Here's another look at it. Full body dive. Showing some outfielder skills right there in the circle.
That circle is a horseshoe now because of that. Maya Brady now comes up. Brady 2 for 3. Home run to start the game for the U.S. national team. He's also doubled and scored today. Ball and no strikes. Oh, comes in and hits her. Took a hitter on the arm there, and she'll get first base here. Looks like she's all right. Taking a look here. Missed that elbow guard just a bit and hit her on the forearm.
Sure did. Walks have been an issue during this cup. That's a hit by pitch right there by Kennedy after making the double play by herself. Giving up 2 runs this inning to make it 6-1.
Brady has a quick word with Coach Gasso, goes back over to first. Skylar Wallace will come to the plate now. Wallace 0 for 2, popped to second. Tried to short her center her last time up. Kennedy misses low. 1-0 here to Wallace. Wallace has hit a home run this week. He's able to rip one down the line and right. This one bounces and it gets by Atwood, and up to second base goes Brady on the wild pitch. So another runner in scoring position here for Team USA, the national team. 2 runs are already in thanks to a 2-run Megan Grant homer. (2-0). Comes inside, it hits her. Wallace now hit by a pitch. And I think that one also missed the elbow guard.
She's a little shaken up after that one.
Training staff is going to come and look at her. Still trying to make her way over to first, but we'll take a look, see where it hit her. Looked like in the same spot, that front forearm, that front right forearm.
She's gonna walk down, wave her arms around, gonna get an applause. She seems to be okay, but definitely.
Yep, looks like we're all right here.
All right, she's gonna stay out there, tough as nails.
But all of a sudden, here in the bottom of the 6th, the winning run. That's at first base, with the run rule being up by 7 after 5 innings. If Brady and Wallace can come around and score here with 2 outs, it'll be over as Deja Mulipola comes to the plate. First pitch misses away, 1-0. Mulipola 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice, but came around and scored. Part of that 3-run 3rd inning. 1-0, big swing from Mulipola, comes up empty. Struck out swinging her last time up. Mulipola, I should say, from Anaheim, California. That one's able to get by Atwood on a pass ball. So both runners move up, and now possibly a hit away from ending this thing.
Kennedy able to go to that fastball that she's known for. She does here. It wasn't the worst pitch.
No, it looked like it may have even crossed up Atwood there. I think she was expecting that pitch to drop. Poked, but right at Cardet first. She makes the catch and ends the bottom half of the sixth, but not before a 2-run homer from Megan Grant. Pinch hit 2-run homer makes it 6-1. U.S. national team is that one drifted over the wall in center. It's 6-1. Last chance for the elites coming up next. Top half of the seventh, the U.S. women's national team leads the elite team. It's 6-1, and it's Japan versus U.S., but which U.S. team? Right now, if the national team can hold on here, it will be them. It'll be tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central.
And if the elite team wants to change the script on that, down 5 runs and only 3 outs to do something about it, they got to act right now. It's going to be Bailey Klingler, who has not had the best tournament at the plate. Coming up to bat, it's going to be Jaquish for her first at-bat of this tournament on deck. She started off against Chinese Taipei, kind of towards the center of the lineup, that 5th or 6th spot. And then she got moved right up to second after hitting a home run against them, accompanied by Zirkle. They crushed some bombs over the wall, so she'll come up after this at-bat. But right now, Bailey Klingler facing 0-0.
First pitch fouled off to that left side.
Yeah, and that would have been gone if it was fair. Cleared the stands over there in left field.
Nothing in 1 here to Klingler. 1 ball and 1 strike. (6-1). National team leads the elites. And this one's hit right back to Pickens, and she snags it for the out.
Pickens with a beautiful pitch mix. Throws some low heat, the pitch prior to this one, then makes the play all by herself, making it look easy in the circle. Only 2 outs left with Jaquish coming up to bat.
Now batting number 27, Savannah Jaquish.
So yeah, Savannah Jaquish up now for the elite team. Looks at ball 1 low.
What I've really been impressed with by Jaquish is her eye in the box so far this tournament. Just knows exactly where the umpire is going to call balls and strikes, uses it to her advantage.
Former LSU Tiger.
She watches ball 2 go by. It's really helped her in her at-bats, being able to wait and force the pitch that she wants.
First team All-American her senior year in 2017. 3 balls and no strikes to Jaquish. That's inside. It's a 4-pitch walk. Pickens' first walk today, and in fact, that's just the second base runner. A few defensive changes for the national team is over at third base is Hannah Flippin. Burrito's back in it and over at short. And Jennings has moved from short to second, and Leach is over in right field.
Every single pitch in that last at bat was low or away, forcing her to try to work into that zone. And because of that mental battle of Jaquish, she ends up getting hit by the pitch. And you were exactly right, Brandon. A lot of movement, a lot of different looks within these infields and outfields for both teams.
Another one getting her first at bat today, Reese Atwood at the plate. And this one's very high, goes to the screen, pops right back to her though, and Jaquish still able to get second base on the wild pitch, though.
It's a very giving backstop here at Devon Park. It'll get back to the catcher in no time. Jaquish knows it. She takes off. Hits the glass right there. Jaquish sliding in, pops right up. Stolen bag. Now she's in scoring position with a 1-1 count and 1 out. Time is going to get called.
Reese Atwood out of Texas. Just defended her championship, 2-time Women's College World Series champion. Takes a called strike here. Catcher of the year in 2025. And a 2-time first-team All-American. And another one that has won a Gold Glove, won the Gold Glove this year. This one's on a line into left field for a base hit. Stopping at third is Jaquish. Is Maya Brady able to get it in quickly? So runners on the corners here for the Elites.
Not surprised at all by the production out of Atwood right here. Picking up the first base, or the single there, just doing what she needs to do. She would wake up at 6:30 a.m. before school and work, and then work again after practice. She grew up guiding hunting trips as well. Just a competitor, fierce, loves softball.
Looks like we're going to have a new pitcher for the women's national team. As coming in for the U.S. is Kelly Maxwell, the lefty. We'll tell you all about her when we come back. Is the U.S. currently leads at 6-1, top half of the 7th. U.S. national team leads 6-1 over the Elites. Top half of the 7th. Last chance here for the Elites, and they have runners on the corners. And the new pitcher for the national team is 26-year-old Kelly Maxwell, the left-handers from Friendswood, Texas, in the Houston area. Out of Oklahoma, started her career at Oklahoma State. Was there for 4 years, and then at OU in 2024 when she won the Women's College World Series and was named Most Outstanding Player. And she pitched against China in yesterday's game, closed that one out. 2 innings, 3 hits, no runs, struck out 2 and didn't walk a batter. And she'll face Alina Garcia here to start the 7th. Runners on the corners here.
Alina Garcia has been very impressive so far. What can she do with runners on the corners?
Just missed away, and Lily Pola, catcher, hesitates a bit. Thought that one was a strike.
Yeah, she sold it well, just not going to get the call. Maxwell in the circle led the United States to a gold medal at the 2025 World Games.
Yeah, she was great then. 7 2/3 ERA under 2. That one's in the dirt, blocked by Muli Pullen. Staying at first is Atwood, and smart for Atwood to not run there, is if the U.S. Elite team is going to come back here in the last inning, she's going to be forced home. So no need to try to take an extra base. There's got to be several players behind her that would have to come around and score too, so no need to risk it. This one's into center field. Coming in is Coleman. She makes the catch, throws it in quickly to the plate. Everyone stays put. Great play from Coleman.
Very sound play by this national team defense. Everybody on the same page. Alina gets a good piece of it. Looked like it might drop, but getting there in time. It's Coleman.
It's almost hit too hard for Jaquish to even think about trying to tag up, but Coleman got it in, threw it like a shortstop.
She did on the run too. Looking a little Mahomey.
So Taylor Shoemaker now comes up. Last chance as the Elite team is down to its last out. Shoemaker struck out her first time up. She's 0 for 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. And it's high. 2 balls and no strikes now. Here to Shoemaker. Shoemaker just finished her sophomore year at Florida. Two-0 called strike on the outer edge. Pitch there from Maxwell to come back. U.S. national team leading 6-1. 2-1, a little bit low, maybe a bit outside as well. 3 balls and a strike now. A little bit of an open stance here from Shoemaker. Maxwell wants to call time. Now she's ready to go. And it's a ball up and in. This loads the bases for the Elite team. And the first walk from Maxwell and back up to the top of the order. But head coach Patty Gasso wants to talk to the Elite team here with the bases loaded. So everyone that's on the bases, the batter, and even the on-deck hitter are going to come over and take part in this meeting while the national team meets in the circle. So they try to figure this one out. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top half of the 7th. So the U.S. Elite team down to their last out.
And
but not dead yet.
Is why you come to these inter-squad matchups like this. You got Morgan Zirkle coming up to bat, the most home runs within this week.
Yep, that's right. She has 2.
She does.
The guy there.
Yeah.
He's showing us. She has 2.
Yep. He's got the stat sheet. He's ready. He knows what's about to happen here, and so does the USA Elite dugout. They're getting hyped up. With a grand slam, they'd be down by 1 run. Zirkle has the pop to do it. The Thundering Herd coach is at the plate.
Singled on the first pitch of the game into right. Since fly to left and grounded to second. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, called strike. 0-1 here to Zirkle, center fielder. Since moved over to right.
She took the first pitch, hasn't seen Maxwell so far in this game.
That one's on a line and into left field for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes a second, and she is out at the plate.
Oh, man, called her safe at first, then cut off about T-Rex arm length to call her out. Morgan Zirkle with a great piece of hitting. That's production as she stands on first. She knows she did her part of the bargain, but that's going to go ahead and end the game.
Wow, Maya Brady able to throw out Atwood at the plate. What a throw.
Oh, man. And a tag on the way down. Got her on the bill of the helmet. Thought about calling her safe, a little hesitation. Then going to call her out for out number 3 in the top of the 7th. Morgan Zirkle with production, hitting it to the opposite side of the field, but it wasn't enough. The national team pulls away with the win.
Had some great times here this week, and we got one more day of it as we saw Morgan Brady, or excuse me, Maya Brady hit that home run out to left field, and some great fireworks from both sides of the plate, and some great pitching as well from Lexi Kilfoyle. But it's the U.S. national team coming away with the win over the U.S. Elite team, and the U.S. national team will play Japan for the final in tomorrow's game. The U.S. Elite team will play right before that at 3 o'clock against Canada in the 3rd place game. This has been a good one, and so for Destiny McElroy and Mason Humphrey, I am Brandon Hart saying so long from Oklahoma City as the U.S. national team able to win this one over the Elite team. All USA games for the International Cup presented by Mercy, airing on ESPN networks or streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. See you tomorrow night.